Hi there, I'm Tish.
I'm Lily.
And together we are
Haunted Housewives.
And we are coming to you today to give you 2 reasons why you should go to
Maniac Mountain
in Buckhannon, West Virginia. So, can we start by saying West Virginia haunted attractions are different. They are different than other haunted attractions. And Buckhannon is about, 2 hours away from Pittsburgh. You're in the mountains. It's beautiful. Maniac Mountain is, in fact, up on a mountain.
Yes.
The first time we went there,
oh my gosh,
our GPS told us, because, mind you, this was Maniac Mountain's first year. Our GPS told us, you have arrived
in the middle of nowhere.
We
were on the road.
We were on
nothing
a road.
Near
there
us.
was nothing.
Yeah.
We were, in fact, not there.
No, we had to drive a little bit.
But we could see the lights of the haunted attraction ahead of us. So we were able to get there. Maniac Mountain is a multi-attraction event that really, really leans into being a West Virginia mountain haunted attraction.
Oh, yeah.
Like, they love their setting. They use that setting.
Appalachia.
They are Appalachia. They use the folklore. They use the feel. They use the setting.
Yes.
So Maniac Mountain is just, it is a place unto itself. And we each have 2 reasons why you should go there.
Yep. So one of my reasons is that they're constantly changing. They're always adding more. This year, they built a freaking windmill. Like, a windmill with, like, that you can walk into. It's so freaking amazing how much they can build in 1 year.
And that's this year.
Yeah.
A couple years ago, they created a whole new attraction called Death Metal, which is now...
iconic.
I would say kind of a signature attraction for them. When they first started out, they had the haunted house, which was and is really effective. It's sort of Southern Gothic Appalachian version of a haunted house.
Imagine people trying to figure out Southern Gothic Appalachian.
Look.
It literally is, though.
It is.
I don't know what else to say.
It is Southern Gothic. There was... Were you not one of those kids that read those awful, like, horror paperbacks in the 80s? Pike. Okay, you read Christopher Pike.
Yeah.
I want to say his name was Michael McDowell, but I don't want to... I don't want to confuse with the singer. There was a writer of Southern Gothic, graphic, creepy horror. You need to seek this out. One of his books that scarred me for life was called The Amulet. Settings were typically in the South. It was bloody and dark and ooky. Maniac Mountain is that. Maniac Mountain is bloody and dark and ooky. And like Lily was saying, they change something every year. They're constantly tweaking stuff. Full of big ideas.
Yes. Yes. They're very passionate about what they do. They constantly have ideas of what they want to make it bigger, better, change this, change that. They're always doing something different, and it's always bigger and better.
Yeah. It's just, it has grown so much. The first time we went there, I think, was their first year. And even then, we were kind of blown away by how unusual it was and how effective it was. Because they have this haunted house that doesn't look like a typical haunted house.
Right.
It's beautiful. but it's not, Victorian manor.
No. It's death metal, loud, swearing in your face.
Yeah. Taxidermy on the walls and hunting trophies and little twig figures, sort of Blair Witch-like.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't look like a typical haunted house at all.
Right.
And they're restless in their creativity. They're constantly changing, adjusting, tweaking things. Mm-hmm. So it's always worth seeing.
Agreed.
And I'm going to say, playing off of that, they are highly original. Mm-hmm. They are highly original.
Yeah. Nothing similar.
Yeah. You know where you are when you walk into any single one of their attractions.
Yes.
For 2024, they had 3 attractions. One was the Killing Fields, which was their take on a corn maze. They had the house, Hell House, and they had death metal. So Hell House is sort of their classic haunted house, but again, very Southern Gothic vibes.
Yes.
So if any of you out there listen to Old Gods of Appalachia...
Oh, I can see them sitting out in a field recording Old Gods of Appalachia out there.
Well, hey there, family. That is what the house feels like.
Yes.
It feels like this cozy little manor that has been taken over by a cult.
Yes.
That worships whatever lives underneath the mountain. Mm-hmm. And you see evidence of it. The house is just, it's gorgeous, but not gorgeous in a typical haunted house way. Mm-hmm. You make your way through the house itself, through the grounds. There's also the Killing Fields, which is their version of a corn maze. Mm-hmm. Probably like one of the most picturesque scenic corn mazes. But they also have this brand new haunted windmill at the end.
It's giant.
Yeah.
And it's red. And
thing.
it's just,
And when you're wandering through the fields, you look back over your shoulder and there is this building seeping red light like blood.
Yes.
It's just nightmarish and stunning. Mm-hmm. And highly original. And because of who they are, they use Appalachian folk horror in the house and in the Killing Fields. You'll run into stuff in the barn that like us, if you grew up in these mountains, you don't want to see them. Don't whistle when you're outside and don't say their name. I did.
Yeah,
I did. I was really impressed with the thing. I was really impressed with the thing, and I said the word, and I shouldn't have said the word.
Of course she was.
But there's that, and there's also this incredible post-apocalyptic junkyard. Death metal is like what would happen if the world ended and a bunch of really innovative, smart hillbillies got together and built on the ruins.
Yes.
You have a trail through an overturned semi and piles of tires and cars that are spouting gouts of flame.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And you're crawling through culverts with these creatures that have survived the apocalypse coming after you. And some of them are aggressive and some of them are curious. But it's like nothing else you're going to see out there. They have a mad scientist who has created his lab out of the junk that is left over from the ruins of society. It's just so weird and dark and cool, but it's all what some really inventive redneck would come up with if they had to rebuild society. So if you're looking for original, Maniac Mountain has it.
Also, if you're looking for aggressive, like just aggressive, anything aggressive. The house is aggressive, death metal is aggressive. I wouldn't necessarily say the corn maze was aggressive. The corn maze is creepy AF. The corn maze, you're just like out there and you see all these things and it's misty and it's creepy and it's very tense in the corn maze.
Yes. Oh my gosh, yes.
Yeah. Everything else is super aggressive. The first time we went into the house, I remember saying, did they just swear at us? Like, you just don't hear that often in haunts.
Oh no,
but they do warn you. They do warn you.
You walk up to the ticket booth and there's a sign that says, if you don't want to see it or hear it, don't buy a ticket.
Yeah.
And they mean that.
They mean that. Yes.
100%.
Yes.
They will swear at you. They will insult you.
Yep.
They are on your trail the whole time. There was a woman who crawled out of the walls in the house and came after us. Yes. There was a Meemaw with a shotgun. They are in your face, loud, and unapologetic about it.
Exactly. Yep.
So yeah, and I would not say they're a touch haunt. You do have to sign a waiver.
Right.
You do have to sign a waiver before you enter. But touch isn't really the point.
No. I mean, I stepped on somebody. That was me stepping on somebody who was laying in the dark.
True.
And they accidentally, ran into me, I guess. So like that would be the thing. And there's like in the yard of the house, there's a guy that like flies through the air. He may run into you. You may run into him.
He did in fact stop her from going a certain direction.
Yeah. It's things I do. And I don't know if he knew that about me or he just knew that about people like me. But he stopped me, and I just ran into him. Very hard.
Touch is not the point. It's more like, if it happens, it happens.
Yes.
We're okay with it.
Yes, but they're not.
You better be okay with
it too.
They're
not a regular touch haunt. They're not a light touch haunt. They're not anything about a touch haunt.
No.
But if they accidentally touch you while they're doing their thing,
just in case. But they are really verbally aggressive. They will swear at you. They will call you names. And they will follow you. Not this year, but I think last year, I think we went running out of death metal, screaming, and there was a guy standing on the ramparts of this redneck post-apocalyptic settlement yelling, "Hey, Granny, I ain't done with you yet. You come back." Like,
ramparts.
You're done. It's a rampart, not a rampart.
Oh, the ramparts.
You were the
sorry.
The worst.
We're from Appalachia.
worst. But yeah, super aggressive. So if you want that, they will give it to you. And they're funny about it too.
Yes, they're very funny.
They're hilarious. Yeah. Like 1 year in the corn maze, not this past year, but 1 year in the corn maze. She said something about all the freaks in the corn, and some guy with a goat head started crying. He was like, "She called me a freak. I'm going to get my brother." And he did. Who had a chainsaw, by the way.
I ran through the corn that year.
Wow. Wow, she did. We probably, in fact, owe money to Maniac Mountain for the corn that she knocked over. So, aggressive, funny, interactive, super interactive. This is not the place to go if you just want to walk through and go, oh, that's really cool. Oh, that's...
Right. Yeah, no. We
are-
tried.
Mm-mm.
Tried.
Mm-mm. You are part of the show.
No, yep.
You were part of the show.
Ran through
Everybody
the
was
corn.
watching you run through the corn.
Ran through the corn.
I will say, in addition to that, though, it is beautiful.
Yes.
There is a real artistic vision here. Maniac Mountain looks great.
It does.
Every single part of
We
it
get
looks
the
great.
best pictures here.
Every year.
Randomly. Like, I don't think so. And then afterwards I look and I'm like, wow. But as you're, you look at something, you're like, wow, that's beautiful. I'm going to take a picture. And you don't think the pictures are going to come out that great. They come out amazing here.
The whole place is
And,
designed for
yeah.
you to go.
Right. Because, like, as you're walking through the corn maze, it's just everything you look at, it looks amazing.
Mm-hmm. So I'm gonna tell on one of the haunt runners here. He's a huge fan of the old Universal Frankenstein movies. Frankenstein, Bride of Frankenstein, Son of Frankenstein. And if you've seen the original Universal Frankenstein, you know where it ends. In this beautiful big old windmill. And you can see that influence in the gorgeous structure they built. It looks
amazing.
Great. Mm-hmm. Even the way, even the gaps between the boards are beautiful because they let the light shine through. If you are walking through the cornfield and you're looking back over your shoulder at a bridge across a swamp full of reeds, it's beautiful. The house is beautiful with deer skulls and poppets on the walls.
Right.
Death metal is beautiful.
Yeah.
With, flames and towers and an abandoned circus and
trailers and
an
floors
RV
that vibrate and
every single part of this haunt has been designed to be just visually arresting. Mm-hmm. So if you are into the beauty of haunted attractions, Maniac Mountain is really, it's a must-see. It's gorgeous.
Definitely.
Gorgeous. But also, interactive and funny and nuts. And just, great customer service, great people running this place.
They do.
So we can't predict what they have in store for us for 2025.
Sure, there's more.
But
always up to something.
Y'all would be a fool to miss out on it. So we're certainly going back in 2025. We hope to see you there. And we'll be back with more reasons to visit more haunted attractions.
Bye.
Bye.
Dude.